Welcome to Health Styles Market, where we're talking about care tips for the chronically ill. So the segment I'm on is talking about ways to improve circulation when you really don't even have the health to be able to get out of bed or do any gentle walking or stretching in the living room. We're just talking about someone that might even be stuck in bed or can't get out very often. So I talked about my infrared sauna bed. So my husband teases me and calls it my hot pocket, and it is. And I love it. I love it. So Crystal will post more information, contact information. I don't get a kickback on this. I just love my infrared sauna blanket, and I love it by Gravity. It's also known as MiHigh, M-I-H-I-G-H. So the easy thing about it is that you just plug it into your blanket down in that corner, and then I plug this into the wall plug, and so here's your controller. So generally I do a 45-minute session. I start it at a smaller, lower temperature. I'm going to gradually click it till it goes up, and it's measuring, keeping time for you. And then this little red button is introducing the red light therapy. Red light therapy is just a wonderful thing. It lowers, brings down pain and inflammation and swelling and sore muscles, and it just does a lot. So one of the things that I manage in my healthcare fund is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And last year especially, it was flared up. And so I felt in the winter when it was snowing and blowing outside, and I just felt like I was cold to the bone. There was no other way to describe it. So when you're in your leggings and your long sleeve tunic, and you could just snuggle in with this is what made the difference to just calm that symptom down for me. It didn't make me overly hot, although you have control over the temperature, so you can do what's best for you. But it made me feel like there was hope and there was help, and it calmed that chill to the bone. If you haven't had that with Hashimoto's, maybe nothing else is quite like it, but boy, did it make a difference. I loved it. So the other thing I want to mention is that night, I just unplug it and shut it off, and I let it cool off. And the next morning I go in, I have an old Norwex cloth, and I use method cleaner. And so then I unzip this all the way to the bottom, and then I spray all of this down and wipe it all the way down. And then I just give it time to calm. It's already cooled off because I'm doing it the next morning. But it also gives it time for that to dry, and that day when it's all dried that night, I shut it, zip it or not, depending on if I'm going to use it again. But it's so easy. The maintenance is so easy. So what I loved about it, it was also the biggie is this gives you circulation, improved circulation when you can't exercise. It is amazing. And I just wasn't able to do that at that point in time. Exercise wasn't on the list. It was not something I was able to do. So I wanted to just mention some other benefits that I really, really noticed. This little infrared sauna blanket reduced cortisol levels up to 17% after you do a 30-minute session in this. And I could feel that bringing my cortisol levels down, especially for a very sick day and a very stressful day, or a time when I felt stressed, because of course managing 3 Autoimmune diseases can make your cortisol levels go up without you being involved. And so it made such a difference for me. I so appreciated and enjoyed the effectiveness of my infrared sauna blanket. So the other thing that the website mentions is the infrared heat dilates the blood vessels effectively, increasing circulation throughout the whole body. So who would ever guess that you could lay in a warm, weighted blanket with infrared sauna heat and have that improve your circulation? Like, I couldn't think my way through that, but I certainly could lay here and enjoy that. And I loved it, and I still do. So another thing I noticed is that when I had joint pain or muscle pain that really wasn't my usual, it helped with that. It helped with the morning wake up if you feel stiff and achy in the morning. And it also helped with rashes and dry, itchy skin, which was an issue for me. And I just loved just that dry heat and the effectiveness it was. This increased circulation helps deliver more nutrients throughout the skin, and it stimulates collagen production. High temperatures can also help with breakouts by opening up clogged pores. And so they're just saying that's an additional thing, but I didn't have that at the time. You can go on their website and look at more benefits. And what I loved about it is I was very ill. And it was a big deal for me to get up. I could do this in the morning or I could do this at night. By bringing in the warmth and what that did for your muscles and calming them down and relaxing and then lowering your cortisol and what that did. And so I could go from this to the bathroom, get some water, and just call it a night. And it brought deep, restful sleep. It was a huge aid in helping with sleep. It had already helped with my circulation. It had already helped with my cortisol. It had already helped with my stress. And so then when you're done with this treatment, you take your evening supplements, your evening prescriptions, you're drinking on your cold water, it was just such a gift. And so to improve sleeping by just laying was unbelievable. So when you have chronic health conditions and you're not able to do much of anything, especially in the normal expectations like you would have, well, adding exercise and adding smoothies and adding this and adding that, and you can't do any of that. You have chronic ill health. This is a wonderful investment if you're able to swing it. Watch the website, check it out, watch the website, watch for it on sale. I have not watched it because I've been trying to recover my health, but watch to see how often it's on sale. And we'll try to keep an eye on it and maybe make notes on our YouTube channel just to draw your attention to it if it's something that you want to purchase. Considering all the other treatments I thought about or watched on YouTube to see, should I add this, should I not? And there's a lot of good ones, but I realized I was so ill, I had to start at the basics. What about if I can't move and I really don't have good circulation? However, now that I feel better this year, there's all kinds of additional benefits that this has helped me with, and I love it. I love it. So feel free to contact us. Feel free to put comments below in our video. You're always welcome to comment. You're also welcome to ask questions. We would love it if you would engage with us in a conversation. We would love it even more if you subscribed and watched all the other videos on our channel and joined us for more chronic care tips for the chronically ill. It's just a different situation when you're dealing with things that hold you down every single day. You have our deep sympathy and our support. So let us know how we can help you. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Take care. Bye.